objective of this lesson is for you to learn how to use the loop module with field connections to work dynamically with WooCommerce and advanced custom fields. We're using Beaver Themer to pull in the featured product images and prices, but we can see here some extra custom fields that I've added that has product data indicating if the car is gas or electric and if it can go over 55 miles an hour. I've already done a little bit of work to get this demo site started, and I'm just going to show you what I've done so far. You can see all of the plugins that I have installed, which are Advanced Custom Fields, Assistant, the Beaver Builder plugin, Beaver Themer, and WooCommerce. I'm using the Beaver Builder theme with the basic child theme provided by Beaver Builder. And I've also done a little bit of data entry and entered 6 products here in WooCommerce. And all of my products have a category of RC cars. So with all those things already in place, let's set up our field group in Advanced Custom Fields and assign it to our RC car products in WooCommerce. So I'm going to open up Advanced Custom Fields from my WordPress sidebar. I'll add a field group, and I'm going to call my field group RC Cars. First, I'll set up the field that indicates the product's power source. On the back end of the site, this is going to be a radio button that has 2 choices. One choice is gas, and the other choice is electric. Our second custom field is top speed. And the way that this is going to work is if the top speed is 55 or higher, it's going to trigger that to show up as a product perk on the front end. So the field type on this one is going to be number. And the last thing that we're going to do here in our custom field group is assign the field group to our WooCommerce product category RC cars. So here's what that looks like. Post taxonomy is equal to RC cars. Now that we've added our custom fields, we're going to go back into our products and fill out the data for the custom fields. So each product is going to get a power source entered using the radio buttons, and every product is going to get a top speed using the number input field. I'm going to start out by showing you what a default WooCommerce page looks like. So what we're going to do now is go into Beaver Themer and configure a page to replace this one. So from the WordPress dashboard, select Themer Layouts from the Beaver Builder menu, then hit Add Themer Layout. Now we need to give our Themer layout a name, and under Layout, we're going to assign this as an archive layout. This is the dialog where we assign where we want our Themer layout to be displayed. And in this case, this is going to be under Product Archives, and we're going to add a rule group that assigns this layout to only display on product archive pages that have the title RC Cars. Now we're going to launch Beaver Builder and start building how we want our archive page to look. Now by default, our Themer layout's going to have a bunch of placeholder content, and I found that the easiest way to get rid of this is to just select the blank template. All right, let's get to building our loop module layout. We're going to drag on a loop module and select the blank preset. The source is going to stay default as custom query, but under post type, we're going to select products. Now down here under product categories, I'm going to start typing out the product category that I want, and it will become available to select. And that's all we have to do to configure the loop module to recognize the data that we want it to pull in. And now we can get started page building. We're going to get started by adding 3 box modules. So I'm going to just go ahead and drag a box module onto the page here. And I'm going to open up the outline panel, and I'm going to duplicate my box module twice so that I have 3 of them. And then I want to nest my box modules inside of the parent container here. And I'm going to set my parent container to column so that the orientation goes downwards instead of left to right. Now our top child container is going to be filled with our product images. So I'll drag a photo module into that top child container, and then I'm going to use the field connections available through Beaver Themer to set the image field connection to post featured image. And then I'm going to select full size, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. So you can see all of our product images have been populated here in the loop module. I'm seeing here we have a little bit of an issue with our nesting, so I'm just going to drag this up, and that's fixed. So this is what we want our nesting to look like: 1 parent and 2 children. And now I'm going to move on to adding a heading module with the product names as field connections. And I think now, before I move into adding the rest of our content in the bottom child container, I'm gonna come in here and just stylize our layout a little bit. So I'm gonna add some space here between our rows and columns in our loop module. And I'm going to add some margins around the container that holds the entire loop module. And I'll also add the corner radius and drop shadow to the box module parent container. Let's take down the margin here on the top of this loop module. Maybe we'll set it to like 100 pixels. Okay, that looks good. And we're also going to have to round the top corners of these images in the photo module. I just want that to match up the radius of the parent box module container, which is 9 pixels. Now we're going to stylize our heading module. So I'm going to set the font family and the font variant and the size. And I'm also going to just add a little bit of margin to the left of the heading. I'm actually going to tweak the font weight a little bit. Use the ultra bold variant. And now we're ready to add the extra field connections, which are going to be using conditional logic. So that's going to be the max speed and power source piece of the product information. We're going to start with a box module set to the grid orientation. I want to toggle on the grid on the display with this little grid icon. It's really useful to be able to see the grid while we're working with grid layouts. And I'm just going to set my grid tracks to 2 columns and 2 rows like this. And I'll also add some margin around the grid on the outside. The next step is to add a Flexbox box module to each grid cell. So I'm going to drag a box module onto my grid, and I'm just going to duplicate that 4 times so that each grid cell is going to have a Flexbox container sitting inside of it. So both of the containers on the left, the top and the bottom left containers, are going to be using conditional logic to display either the power, if the power source is going to be gas or electric, and then on the bottom we're going to have only certain cars showing the speedometer with 55 plus miles an hour, only cars that can go over 55 miles an hour. So what we're going to do is place 2 Flexbox containers up in this top one, so that one is going to hold the information that will show if the product is gas powered, and one will show if the product is electric powered. And let's set these children to the column orientation so they just stack up on top of one another. And at this point, I think it's helpful for us to have labels on our containers, just so we can quickly see where things are. The next piece we're going to work on here is the power source content. So first we're going to set up this piece of content that's going to indicate if an item has gas power. So I'm adding the photo module and a text module in here. And this is going to be displayed with conditional logic only on products that are powered by gas. So this is the step where we set the conditional logic. So we're going to open up the box module container settings where that photo and text module are inside of. And we're going to set the conditional logic to only display under these conditional logic settings here. So ACF post field power source contains gas. So I'm going to duplicate this and just change it a little bit so that it will be the indicator for vehicles that are powered by electricity. And those vehicles are going to get a lightning bolt icon instead of a gas can. And then I'm just going to change the word gas to say electric. And now I'm going to pop open those conditional logic settings and just tweak that. It's all going to be the same except for it's going to say electric instead of gas. So now with our page published, we can see that the gas-powered vehicles are marked gas and the electric-powered vehicles are marked electric. All right, next up, we are going to set the 55 plus miles an hour indicator with the little icon of the speedometer next to it. So let's just duplicate this box module with the electric indicator in it. And then I'm going to drag it down here and I'm just going to swap out the icon and the text so that it has the speedometer graphic with the word 55 plus miles per hour inside of the text module. Now we'll open up the box module with our max speed content in it, and we're just going to tweak the conditional logic. So here's what our conditional logic looks like on our max speed box module. ACF post field top speed is greater than or equal to 55. All right, next up is set the price up here. That's going to go in the top right grid space. And I'm just going to duplicate this text module up here and pull it on in and change the text. This one's going to be a little different because it's not actually going to have any text in it. We're just going to use a field connection to pull in the price from WooCommerce. And this is the field connection we want here, WooCommerce product price. Now I'm going to select the very top box module container, and I am going to use a field connection so that this container will send a link to that product's page. So if you click on a product, now that is going to link up to the singular product page, which at this point, these are just the default WooCommerce layouts. And we'll do another lesson on how to stylize the singular layouts for products. So that's the end of this lesson on how to create an archive layout using the loop module with Beaver Themer. We've extended WooCommerce using advanced custom fields. We've created a loop module layout for our WooCommerce products that have the category RC cars. We've used field connections to pull in the product image, product name and price, and the link to the product's singular listing page. And we've used conditional logic to indicate if the vehicle is powered by gas or electricity, and to indicate if the RC car goes over 55 miles an hour. Hopefully you found this information helpful, and thanks so much for watching.